of diamonds, all things diamond painting. Square around, I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing okay, hanging out here on a Sunday afternoon. It's 48 degrees outside. It's a little chilly, but it's yesterday was warmer, but at least it was nice and sunny out today. So let's see who's here. Kristen, hello, welcome on in. Christine McLennan, welcome. Hi, Matt. How you doing? Hi, Carol. Who's watching Landman tonight? I don't know what Landman is. Should I be watching it? I don't know. You need to tell me. So before I go any further, you may see a little something. I had to finish very early this morning. This is Peggy Collins' Mountains of Strength. And it's the pink breast cancer ribbon. The ribbon is all sparklers from DP with Sparklers. I replaced, I think, 22 colors. And then there were I think two additional colors that had maybe one, no more than 3 drills in there. And instead of finding another one, I just replaced it with something similar. But this was a lot of fun to work on because look at the colors, right? Very vibrant, and very the outlines and stuff, like the lighter outlines on the mountains, and then of course the black outlines up here. It was just it gave me comic book coloring within the lines type thing. It made me feel good. So I really enjoyed working on this. So I was thinking about, I was working on it to give to my neighbor, but I don't know that she would hang this up. So I was going to ask her, because I think she's gone to the same breast cancer place for both bouts. So I want to find out where it is and see if I can maybe donate it for them to hang up or something in their area, because I think that it would just make people happy because look at it, right? So yeah, that is, let's see. Yes, everyone's like, oh, now look at this, look at this. Yeah, I figured, elephant in the room, we might as well talk about it, right? Overall, it was a really nice canvas from DAC. I was having a little bit of issues just in certain little spots that I'd put a drill down and it would slip, and from what I've read and heard and stuff like that, maybe the glue needs a little bit more time to cure. And it was on sections mostly that down here, that would be the side that I would always be starting on. So I was just taking the plastic cover off. But then as I went on, they were covered by release papers, which I think could let in a little bit more air, or at least some air hit it. So I'm wondering if that's, if anyone else is noting that problem. Like I said, I've read about it, that people have been commenting on it, but it seems to, it wasn't horrible by any means. The drills on this thing were great. They're absolutely great. And I really enjoyed replacing all of the colors in the ribbon with the sparklers, just the planning of it. And, even when I planned everything and I got everything set up, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, a couple more adjustments and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. Matt says, I never watch network shows anymore. I'll be watching football. I just don't watch TV anymore. Really. if I'm watching something that's like Netflix or Hulu or something, I, like the most recent show that I enjoyed that I watched, but I streamed it, was Matlock with Kathy Bates on CBS. And I watched it just because I like Kathy Bates, and I thought, let me see what this is about, and I got involved in it. But usually I'm streaming off of like Pluto or one of the streaming things. Either if I'm watching a TV show, it's there, right? Like a couple months ago, I went back and I rewatched all of the 30 Rock episodes, and yeah. But I hear you. I don't know. I remember as a kid, you always wish there was more stuff on, but now there's way too much stuff on. There's like all the channels, then all the services, and then it's too much. Melanie, look at that not so subtle, beautiful paint. Right. It's subtle. It's there. Hi, Jaylee Lee. Welcome on in. Sherilyn, hello. Or the inside of my eyelids. Yeah, right. Hello, Diamonds in the Desert. Hello, Mardi Gras Jackson. And there's Eve. Greetings, Professor. Greetings, Eve. You are marked present. I am oddly awake today. I have not been tired, but I didn't go to bed until 3. And then, of course, Sammy woke me up at 6:30. But I'm not tired, which only means that I'll probably crash at some point somewhere. Elizabeth, hello. Outsources love the idea of donating the painting. Same. I thought that could really be like donate it even maybe in her name or something. So I don't know. Has anyone ever contacted like a hospital or something to do that before? I guess I'll have to figure it out, but I can do that. Matt says ribbon looks awesome and glassy. Whole thing is rendered really well to look like stained glass. So it really is. And this cemented my joy of Peggy Collins' work. And I say cemented because it's actually the first one that I've done myself. Now, I had like the German Shepherd and the other dog that she had, and I got them. I'm like, ooh, dogs, and I'm like, but it's not my dog, so I don't want to do this. But when I was in Texas for Lone Star, we went over to Nancy Royston's house. We were waiting for the plane, and she had just completed her stained glass trees. That is amazing. So I think I'm going to work on that in 2026. But that was my first Peggy Collins I really completed, and I enjoyed it. At least I remember. Like there's some, unless I did something really weird of hers, but I have a couple others. But let's see. Now we're going back and forth between teams. Melly says, time to cancel cable. We're always on a streaming channel anyway. True, absolutely. When I had called Comcast several months ago, I said, I don't watch TV anymore. Can I just get the internet? And they're like, well, there's this thing where you can stream something. And I'm like, okay, fine. But it's like, anytime I go to watch something on there, it isn't available. That channel's not available. The only nice thing is it still allows me to record some shows. So like I was recording Matlock, I record like Destination X, things like that. So that's sort of nice to have. Melly, you'll be tired tomorrow at work. I'm always tired at work. Let me tell you. I don't know what or why, but I will literally find myself like nodding. So I try to keep as busy as possible, but And then, of course, I try to do as much coffee and Monster as possible. But Mel is obsessed with Peggy Collins. I know. Eve says she tried to cancel cable and found out it wouldn't save me any money because the cost for high-speed internet goes up when not bundled. Yes. When a number of years ago, I call usually once a year to ask for, hey, I want to cancel. Oh, well, if you stay, we'll give you the special. Okay. They gave me a bundle that was internet, TV, and phone. And I said, but I don't, and not cellular phone, like landline phone. And I said, but I don't have landlines. I don't want a landline, whatever. So the guy goes, well, you know what? He goes, just take it. You're going to get the introductory pack. Just don't ever activate it. And then I got a cheaper rate. So it's sort of like, then what's the point? I don't know. It's very strange. But I hate dealing with the cable company. Although when I call, they usually treat me very nice because the bill for this property was originally set up like 30 some odd years ago when cable first came to the area. And then I've just assumed it as I have inherited the house. So when you call, they're like, oh, Mr. Schneider, thank you so much for your 35 years of dedication to Xfinity. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, let's move on. But whatever. If they happened to me last time, cheaper to bundle. Yep. We only have internet through Comcast, a few streaming service, and antenna for local networks. Yeah, I've tried the antennas, and sometimes it's tricky. And I don't live that far from the city, but maybe there's just too much interference between here and there. Mine is Verizon Fios. Everything else here sucks. Yeah, I have Xfinity. The cable is great. And I have not the fastest, but I think the second one down. I figure for streaming, anything like that, plus for work, it's nice to have. My only complaint about the cable is they will message me through their app to say, we're going to be in your area today working on the lines, so you may have a service interruption. And sure enough, doink, there goes the internet. And I'm like, okay, so now I got to be like, hey, work, I'm here, but no internet. I'll be on my phone, whatever. But I'm like, could you give me at least a day or two notice? Because what if I had really something important to do? I would want to run into the office, right? That's ridiculous. But the internet service is really good. My town actually has some type of agreement, something that no other cable company can come into the village. There's another cable company area called WOW, World of Wonder, or something like that, or something. And they have supposedly tremendous service and really good prices. It's not available here, but if I go 3 blocks that way, it becomes unincorporated of the next town. It's over there. So, and I was reading, you can obviously do if you go to T-Mobile and get a router, wireless router or something, you can do that, but you can't get a wired service other than Comcast. But Matt says, depends, I guess. I'm about 30 miles from Pittsburgh and get them all. Sometimes have to move it a bit. Yeah. I mean, obviously we used to get them with the external. I thought about that at one point. Maybe I should get an external antenna again. And I remember having to turn the dial and you'd hear it ka-chung, 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 because it was moving. But I was thinking about that. But better than aluminum foil and pencils, and don't have to have any kids to force their stand to touch the rabbiters. Yes. I was my dad's remote my whole childhood. Absolutely. Absolutely. And when I was a kid, I was watching things that probably I should not have been watching, like Dallas and even Fantasy Island, the Love Boat, stuff like that. I mean, not that they were scandalous or anything or risque, but it's just like, should I be watching like people, you know, making out and walking around in bikinis? I don't know. But I did it because I was there to change the channel. So I was allowed. But yeah, I'm familiar with that. So let's see. Hope everybody's doing well. If you are here and even yours lurking, just say hi in the comments or something so that I can see that you're here. So I had my finish, and I took today to pretty much clean and organize my desk. This area over here, not that area. That area is still a little precarious, but I was thinking back to when I used to work as a director of training. I would always, as soon as I finished developing a class or teaching a class, a series of classes, whatnot, I would have to go and clean everything off my desk. I would dust it, everything, blah, 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 blah. So I did that today, and it feels really good. And I really need to get the momentum to do that over there. The problem is like here I had to finish, so that sort of triggered the gave me the motivation. It just seems to me I never finish anything at work. It's just always the same thing over and over and over again. So I don't know. Melly says, I love resetting my desk and workplace. Yes. And I'm trying to, like, I'm thinking about, do I need some other type of organizational things here? This has really helped. I got like this little cart. I had a little cart that just had shelves. This has drawers, and I love that because it holds so much more. So I have a bunch of stuff in there. But, and it's also nice that I was able to reclaim a whole bunch of tray bricks, because this has 88 colors. So I had my entire canvas case full of tray bricks plus a tower of small tray bricks. So I was able to free those up and put the towers away and stuff like that. And now I have a little bit less going on. So that's nice. I'm not kitting anything up until the end of the year. I'm not doing it. I have to finish the rest of my whips, which, by the way, just in case you're interested, so because I saw someone post on one of the pages today, they're like, my labels aren't sticking to my, they were using the round art dot bottles, but I know that many of us, whatever we use, sometimes they don't fit. Now, obviously, the really cheap and easy way to go about is washi tape. You put washi tape down, and then you put the label over it. The label will typically stick a little bit better to the washi tape, but then the washi tape comes off without any residue whatsoever, because this is like the bane of my existence. It is my pet peeve. I hate when if it's on top and it's, you know, just whatever, whether it's the paper or the glue or whatever. I hate that. And Goo Gone only gets me so far before it starts eating away the plastic. But I got these. It's maybe a little much, but I got, like, they're called sticker shields. And the way that they work is you put them on your tray, whatever, and then you put the label over it. And they're made out of a really thin, let's say maybe like a thin vinyl or something. They stick tremendously. They have a number of different sizes. So this one is for the tray bricks, but then they have like stars and paw prints and stuff like that that you can put on the round art dot containers, or probably even like the square ones too. They have ones for the Elizabeth Ward, whatnot. And I'm trying to remember. I just saw her card today, and I tossed it because I was like, oh, I don't need this. I know who I got it from. And now I can't think about who I got it from. Here it is. Which, by the way, stand by to hear what I've lost since I've cleaned. I always lose something once I clean. This is from You Uplifted Crafts on Etsy. You Uplifted Crafts. But she was really nice, and I just got a big old container or a bag of these, and I've done several towers worth of tray bricks. But I sort of like the fact that it's vinyl and it's pretty durable, because even this morning I was peeling off the labels to kit down, and they didn't go anywhere and they didn't get scratched or anything. So that was pretty cool. Excuse me one second. Inspired Life, hello, welcome on in. Crafting with Mary, hi Mary. Welcome on in. Everybody's diamond paint and stuff like that. I am, now that I have something finished, I figure, well, I had to get something else out. So I sort of went with the smallest thing first, but I'm working on my, still my Halloween canvas from Bella Art de Nicole. This is the Haunting Music, and I just have like two more rows left. It goes quick. It's not a challenge with confetti or anything. It's also not super color blocking, so but it still goes pretty quick. So I'm working on that. I had my J wall out a couple weeks ago. I just didn't have the patience for it, but I'm going to have to get that back out again. Then Star Wars. So someone had commented on the video that I did from the ship, that normally when they see someone color blocking a bunch of 310, they change the channel because it's boring and whatnot. But she's like, but you were on a ship, so it was pretty cool and blah, blah, blah. Well, I've been thinking about, remember, if you've gone to one of those videos that I did with Cheryl, where she talked about, for backgrounds, to take like whatever it is, let's say it's 310, take and throw in, like, she literally said, like a teaspoon or tablespoon or something of like some ABs or some industrials or whatever, to just sort of break up the background a little bit. And I thought that was a brilliant idea, because I'm immediately thinking of like, I have that Winnie the Pooh parade with like the cream background and stuff like that. That's going to kill me, all of that. But 2 weeks ago on her live, on Tima's live, she introduced this sparkler, Twisted Mocha Onyx. So onyx, obviously it's black, right? Mocha means it doesn't have the shiny back. It's actually black on the back. And twisted means that it has that, I'm pretty sure this is the right one, it has the metallic, silver metallic around like the rim. And this, when I look at it, so like a lot of times when I've done black and I've needed a sparkler, my default has been Raven, but that sometimes can read a little blue. That's going to look amazing in the night sky behind Luke and Leia. I mean, this is going to be so awesome, and I can't wait to get to that to start it. But if you're looking for something that, in my opinion, reads black, it's this Twisted Mocha Onyx. Because I was looking at, I was going to do ABs, I was going to do Fairy Dust, but those are like too different. I just wanted something that was just a little different, provided a little different sparkle. And I really like those. Let's see. Gail Pierce, hello. Welcome on in. The French Knot, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. Let's see. Ausberg got 2 sections of Blitzen done today. Awesome. Gail's lurking and watching the Chiefs with the sound off. Nice. So is Melanie. Hi, Doretta. Welcome on in. Tracy Cruz. Hello. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, you have a dilemma. Cindy posted her new whip in some group. I forget what group it is. Like all the groups run together at some point, right? But I read the comment. I didn't even look at the name at first. I read the comment. It says, "Here's my new whip or new canvas. I don't know if it's going to fit on my wall." I go, "Is that Cindy?" I looked up, and it was Cindy. I'm pretty sure. Cindy, that's quite the dilemma. Like, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to add on to your house or something. If you've ever seen Cindy, she always has one wall that's seasonal, and she does it up with large canvases, small canvases, even like, I think I've seen like little, I don't know, what are stickers or coaster type things or whatever. But that's, if you run out of space, what are you going to do? Let's see. Matt says, I just got charcoal sparklers and they are black, but maybe not enough different. Is that, I'm not sure. I think you meant black. I don't know. Charcoal does work as well. But I'm glad to have like a true black substitution. I like that. Let's see. Matt should be placing them in the next few days. I'm going to try them in black for eyes. Nice. Marlene, hi Matt. Grew up in Pittsburgh. I'm a huge Steeler fan. Well, there you go. Reaching across the interwebs there to say hi to everybody. So that's what I've been up to today. Otherwise, I was finishing this yesterday and into the morning. So let's see, what else do I have? I saw Kristen in the chat here, Whiskey Witch. I'm not sure if she's still here, but I know some of you may have done her artwork for like the Witch event, and because she did the series of witches and stuff like that. She has now signed with the one with the diamond art, and it's my understanding, don't quote me or anything, but I think the Christmas witches are going to be the first things that they procure from her collection. So congratulations, Kristen. If you liked the Halloween witches, go check out the one with the diamond art for the Christmas witches, and whatever else she is able to, whatever else they avail themselves of. I'm looking forward to, I hope that Mermaid Princess, I forget the name of it, but I hope they pick that up, because I would love to get that with a little bit different of a canvas setup. But yeah, so go check her out. Speaking of which, if any of you have not received prizes, please let me know, or reach out to Tammy or Elisa. I don't know what the difficulty is in sending out prizes, but they've either just been sent out and you just need to be told it's coming, or I don't know what. That was all handled by Ren, so we will get in contact with him and pester him. That's really what we're doing, and we're very effective at that. We're pests. We're big pests, but yeah, it's cool. So if you have that problem, please let me know. We had 2 people contact us this weekend. Let's see. Kristen says, thank you. It's a thrill to be on with the one with the diamond art. Yes. And the cool thing was, I was texting with Kristen and she told me, and I could tell that Kristen was truly excited, because she said something to the effect of, I can't believe I'm at a shop that also has J-Wall and like whatever whoever the bigger artists are that they have. So that was cool, that she's like, oh, I'm with some big players here. This is really cool. But yeah, I have I think I have 2 paintings incoming from the one with the diamond art. But they do have a new J wall. Everyone see the new J wall? It's like a woman riding a polar bear, and there's like sort of like a behind her, a lot of blue. It looks really cool. I want to get that, but I had to wait because Black Friday's coming. So what are you all hoping for from Black Friday? Not just necessarily DAC related, but anywhere. I'm curious. I would like the one with the diamond art to have a nice big sale so I can get my Josephine wall at a discount. Let's see. I think I got everything else I needed. They had, if I recall correctly, they had one of the Winter King's storybook canvases, and then they had the beer dragon. So I needed to get that from them because I have I think they also had the champagne dragon maybe. So I got that, but that was before. So I got those to sort of complete my collection. I have a wish list waiting at Jade that I would love to fulfill. There are a couple other shops that have romance art, the diamond painting shop with the E at the end, and Dreamer Designs. So I'm looking forward to some sales from them so that I can maybe finish or complete the collection of what's out for right now. Oh, and Captured by Radiance. Let's have a Black Friday sale. I have to ask if they're doing a Black Friday sale. I'm assuming they're going to do something, but they have Leora, I believe, has already released. It was unboxed by Kara, but it's one of the Winter Kings, and there may be a Winter King, another Winter King canvas coming out the week of Thanksgiving. Was it just the two? I think it was maybe just the two, but of course that's the one that is from my Lion is from. I love that series, so I'm getting all of those. But what else? And then of course DAC. But okay, DAC has been doing some really funky things with their artwork, the artwork that they're choosing, that they're releasing. Even the voting today, by the way, if you haven't seen it, the voting is up today. So go check out the VIP group to find, or I think they email you maybe. No, I think they just do it in the VIP group now. But you can go ahead and vote. There were a couple things that I voted on because I think they were an artist that I enjoy, but there wasn't anything like, oh my gosh, this needs to be made tomorrow. But yeah, they're doing some really funky things. Now, according to, I was watching Katie's Patreon vlog yesterday, I think, and she said, hold on to your hats when it comes to Black Friday for DAC. But Katie also has different tastes than I do. So is that going to be my hat, or am I holding on to her hat for her? I'm not sure. But what are you guys looking for? Risa, hello, welcome on in. Yes, Mel, that wish list, the one with the diamond art just gets longer. I think I'm up to seven things, like potential things. I really need to get it down to 5. I don't know why, but that just seems more manageable. I was thinking today about, you know, how there's girl math and then there's boy math. I was thinking about diamond painting math. So if I have 10 in my stash and I buy one at an auction or on a D-stash site, how many do I have in my stash? 10, because I didn't pay full price for it, right? I think that sounds fair. I'm like, there's got to be more to the diamond painting math. I got to think about that a little bit more. But 5 sounds better than 7, so I think I need to get it down a little bit more. Hello, Risa. I don't know if I caught you already. Eve, I used the Cheryl G mix method with 310 and the new rainbow glitter 310 drill on Christian's potion witch. Nice. Rainbow glitter 310. I don't remember what that looks like. I may have to look up. Let's see. Marlene, I'm doing Christmas ornament from DAC and searched all weekend for a substitution for a sparkly 310. Yeah, 310 is difficult because the AB gives every other color but black, and then the fairy dust, it has like a silver iridescent mica powder on it, so it lightens it a lot. But this, I think, is going to be pretty exciting. Mel says, I'm hoping she doesn't say anything she wants for Black Friday. Anything anywhere? You don't want anything anywhere? Oh. Did you say The Witcher? The Witches? The Witches, I don't know. I don't know, Gail. I was talking about the Witches canvases from Witch event. The one with the diamond art has romance art. Yes. Yes, they do. Leora is sold out already. Okay. Did I get Leora? Did I forget to place that order? Oh, man. I'm going to have to wait. Oh, well. Eva saying Miles tough to Kristen. I think I heard CBR going to be doing new releases all that week. Yeah, well, they're doing releases every week up until then. I know that Leora had just came out, but I know that there's all through November. But I'm not aware of anything other than, like, there's only a couple creators that have, I'm one of their sneak peekers, and there's like 2 a week or something like that. But whatever, they can come out with anything they want. I would like to have a nice coupon that would be good for their crystals, because have you ever seen their wings? If not, go check out Captured by Radiance and click on like their crystal selection and then wings. It's like, picture like a metallic stand that has the outline of, there's like a woman, there's a sort of a bug looking thing, then there's a dragon, and then somehow these wings attach, and the wings are crystals. So there's like a red jasper one with a black dragon that looks really cool. I'd really like to see that. Al said, you got the email? Okay, so it gets email too, but it was a handful of art I loved. Yeah, there wasn't a lot. Mel voted for 7, Kristen as well. Doretta went for 20. Okay. I mean, obviously they are meeting the needs of some folks. It's just not my thing, right? Mel's on a no buy, so I buy from D-Stash. Exactly, because it doesn't affect your wallet or your stash count. Diamond painting math. Just prefer the expression diamond painting math because it's gender neutral. Yeah, it's not boy math or girl math. It's just diamond painting math. Did some look like possible partials? Yeah, Kristen had mentioned that some of them looked like potentially like they were partials, and I don't know if they're that. To be honest, it was a solid background that I almost would rather it be a partial than having to fill in and color block an entire background. But hi, Tammy. No worries. I know you were had your feet up for a little bit. Michelle Morris, hello. Michelle Morris sent me a tip a couple weeks ago, maybe. Thank you, about something that I may be able to do for Oz and Og this year. And I was just researching it this morning. I'd never heard of what you sent me, so I was watching some videos. So I may have to go check it out. So thank you for thinking of us, Michelle, when it came to that. Jet lag, I popped on a bit late. Rich, I totally agree. There's diamond painting math. It's exactly what I use. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like when I bought those Onyx sparklers, normally I buy 2 packs of a sparkler because it fills 1 bottle. So knowing dang well I wasn't going to use a full bottle, but I want to have a full bottle when I'm done. So I got 4 instead of 2. That just made sense to me because I'm going to use some of them. Like, that doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. But yeah, Diamond Eve always says diamond painters can justify anything. Who was it the other day? Oh, Berta. Berta was finishing one of her paintings. She was working on, I forget the name of it, but it's a recent release from DAC, and it's like a castle in the background with a woman in armor, and she's holding like a wolf or standing by a wolf. This thing is so beautiful, and she didn't bling it up at all. It's pure how it was charted. It is turned out so well, and we were actually looking at the armor. There was a lot of purple, and Berta was really worried at first. She goes, why is it purple? It's going to look weird. When you look at it, it looks like a suit of armor, silver armor. It's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. But she was taking her time on like the last couple squares. And I said, well, what are you going to keep next? She goes, nothing, because I have stuff to do. She wants to organize her stash and this other stuff. And I said, well, Berta, I said, do you understand that if you go and take a diamond painting out of the room that you store your diamond paintings in, you take it out, you have organized that one painting to somewhere else in the house. So really, kitting up another painting would be working on organizing your stash. And we had a good laugh about that because sort of true, but that's the diamond painting mentality right there. Let's see. Mel says, fat chance, I'm going to go broke on Black Friday. Anybody want to go in on a secret mailbox with me? Secret mailbox? What do you mean? What do you mean secret mailbox? Is there a painting? Secret mailbox. What are we doing with the secret mailbox? I need to know. I don't know what's going on. Sydney, I also look for cats, dragons, then gnomes, all of the cutesy styles. Yeah, I'm still in my like dragon phase, really. There are a couple artists that if there's a Stanley Morrison drink dragon, have to have it. Which, if you like that series at all, on his, I don't remember if it was an Etsy store or just website, there's actually a poster that has all of his drink dragons on it. And there's a lot of them. But that would be an absolute must buy. If there's any romance art anywhere, that's going to be a best buy or a must buy, specifically if it's the Winter King series. I would look at a Dakota. Trying to think who else. Obviously, if there's Andy Russell anywhere, I'm getting that. Otherwise, it just needs to sort of speak to me. But Debbie, are you going to be doing this Christmas premiere? Yes. I forgot the time slot that I have though. It's like, I think it's like around 6 o'clock, maybe. I'll have to check the schedule, but I'm trying to think about what I want to do, and I have 2 ideas that I'm batting around right now, and yeah, that should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I love doing those. Last year was my first year. It was my first year as a creator, but I had like 1 day's notice, so I like did something super quick. Whereas now I'm trying to plan something out a little bit, but I love watching those. And I'm very honored to do it and, keep people company throughout the holidays. Melanie says crystals and stones, not bling. Yes, stones. Jet lag, I live alone, just ship your stuff here. Nice. Oh, I get it. Secret mailbox so that see, I'm here. It's the current 310 glitter, no special name. Just look at the pic when ordering. Some have older gold glitter, but newer shipments have multicolor. Okay, now I remember that. Jeanette says, I voted for 7. Oh yeah, that is Jeanette. Hi, Jeanette. You're like that big. Good to know that auctions don't count either. Exactly. Auctions and D-Stash. The only time an auction may count is if you spend like way over like way over the retail price because it's such a unicorn. No, that doesn't count either. Let's see. Speaking of events, yes, Melanie. Speaking of events, Doretta, thank you. Remember to give the thumbs up. So I want to talk about some events. So I don't know why, but I got a wild hair, and I was talking with Melanie of Diamonds and Dogs, and there were a couple gaps we thought in what we saw as far as events. So we wanted to plan a couple events. So you want to hear about the events? I don't have all the details because it's not even close yet, right? But you can start thinking about your canvases if you'd like to join us. Be great to have you. Let me go ahead and announce the first one. So in February of 2026, we're going to be having a romancing romance art event. Yay! Where did I come up with that one? I don't know. But I was going to do a different artist, but since romance art is everywhere and there are several different iterations, you got the Winter King, there seems to be like a jungle one, there's an underwater one. There seems to be like a wooden forest one. There's something there for everybody. I thought this would be really fun. So this is going to be in February of 2026. I've already talked to the artist, and she is on board to help make this a successful event. And so I'm hoping to maybe have her on the channel and talk to her a little bit about her art. And there was Leora. There was a post somewhere. She was reading the story of Leora. And I'd like to hear the story of maybe my lion or somebody else. So stay tuned for that. We're still putting together sponsors and stuff like that, but that is going to be in February of 2026. Then, if that wasn't enough, how do I move to the next? Mermaids and Magic. You know about Mermaids and Magic. Mermaids and Magic has been happening every year for, I'm not sure exactly how long, but this year, again, Melanie will be running, Diamonds and Dogs will be running this event. I will be helping on the creator side of things. I had so much fun putting together like videos, like video clips. I did stories about lore, about mermaids and magic, and I loved doing that. And I'm really sort of excited because I've gotten much better at some of the video stuff. So maybe I could do something even cooler. Like I created all of these logos with obviously some help from the computer, but yeah, that's going to be fun. It is now going to be 2 months. So it used to be in May, but last year it was in March, I believe. But now it's going to be 2 months because some of those mermaids or the magic pieces are pretty big. And we want to give everybody enough time to hopefully get a completion, right? So Mermaids and Magic, March and April of 2026. More to come on that as well. Then a Peggy Collins diamond painting event in June 2026. So Melanie was hot on the trail of trying to figure out if there was a Peggy Collins event. And there used to be, but then it got changed to Mosaic Madness or something like that. So now we wanted to have a dedicated Peggy Collins diamond painting event. And the great thing is so far with, Mermaids and Magic, as far as what qualifies, anything that is a mermaid or anything that is magic, if it says magic to you, it's in. The first one, romance art, just has to be a romance art canvas. Peggy Collins, hello, needs to be a Peggy Collins canvas, right? So in June, we're going to be doing the Peggy Collins diamond painting event. Now, this currently is 1 month, but we're going to see if it needs to be extended to 2, depending on what's going on and stuff like that. But look forward to the Peggy Collins diamond painting event, because that's going to be really fun. And I already have my piece planned. And then, of course, you have Oz and Og. So I will be helping Tammy and Berta. If I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize. But I'll be helping Tammy and Berta with Oz and Og. That event has been passed on to Tammy. I am calling her the Grand Poobah of Oz because she's in charge. I'm just here to look goofy and do weird things. But Oz and Og in August, anything Wizard of Oz related or that you can relate to Wizard of Oz. So with this event, 2 years ago, I did Crescent Moon from Craftably. And all it was it's a crescent moon and it has a black castle sitting on it. And I changed some colors, changed some stuff, and I wrote a whole story about how that was the Wicked Witch of the West's castle and how the evil was leaving because Dorothy was now in Oz, and like it used to be part of the Emerald City, and now Emerald is coming through on the castle. So if you could relate it to Oz, it's in. So that's going to be super fun. That's always a good one. And then this one is mine. This is one that I wanted to do. So please come and do it with me. Also starting in August, but it's go for 3 months. So August, September, October. There's going to be a diamond painting 5K. What does that mean? Your painting has to be at least 5,000 square centimeters. So how big is that? Think Princess panels, think Star Wars panels, think magic potions from Genovia Art. Magic potion, yeah. Even that other one that has the bottles and the little windows, I calculated that today. That will work. All you have to do is take the length times width and multiply it. And if it's over 5,000, you're golden. And we're going to do it over 3 months because it's going to be a bigger canvas, and we want to make sure to give everybody a chance to finish if possible. This is going to be like a diamond painting event light. There's probably be like limited prizes, maybe just like a grand prize or something. We're going to have some sponsors for like selling merch that is has the logo on it and stuff. And for this one, I'm going to be hosting a number of a regular basis. Instead of whip and chats, we're going to have work-alongs where I'll have a live. You can come join. We can go ahead and just work together, update everybody on status or talk about whatever we want. Okay. I'm really excited about this one because I like the big diamond paintings. And it just so happens, I figured this out today. If you work it right, this is only, it can be only 1, 2. You could do this with three paintings, 3 canvases. So something for romance art, which could potentially be magic as well, but I'm going to leave that one standalone. So romance art. For mermaids in magic, I'm going to do, I think, Magic Potion by Genovia Art. So it's that big long one, and it has the big bling package and stuff like that. So I'm going to work on that for 2 months of Mermaids and Magic. Am I going to finish it? Absolutely not. Why doesn't that bother me? Because I'm going to pick it back up in August for both Og and Oz and the Diamond Painting 5K, because no new starts are needed, anything like that. So I will be able to use it there. So I should be able to get that thing done over 5 months without a problem. And then, of course, Peggy Collins, the event. I'm going to be working on the trees. I mentioned that, but that's going to be for the Peggy Collins event. So you can do this with a limited number of paintings because we're not doing the business of does this qualify? Does this qualify? If it qualifies to you, it qualifies. The only one that maybe is a little bit more stringent is the 5K because it has to be over 5,000 square centimeters. And I picked 5K first of all because it's cool to be like we're going to run a 5K, right? But the Princess panels, the Star Wars panels, things like that, it's not that hard to get to 5,000. Like I think you have to like an 80 by 80 or some combination of something, they will all work. So I'm really excited about those. So I hope you guys are interested. And let me see. I don't know. I'm behind in chat. Let's see. Yes, we're rationalized everything. Yes. The logic. Yes. Sometimes Rich is delusional. I am not. I'm wondering if we have the Facebook group links up here. There's a Facebook group. Yes. Thank you, Mel. There's a Facebook group for each one of these. So if any of these interest you or you just want to stay in the know, go ahead, and Melanie is posting the Facebook groups out there. Go ahead and get in them so that you're there. You can get any updates that we have and stuff like that. It is not a commitment that, oh, you have to do the event now. If you can't do it, you can't do it. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to, I love the fact that I basically have my 2026 paintings all mapped out. But yet it's not so crazy. Like I'm very guilty of trying to do all of the events. So I have like 97 whips that I never finished. Being able to do these projects for multiple events, but then also have time to do other things. I'm very excited about that. Absolutely very excited. So let me back up. Krista, I can't think in inches anymore. I know. At what point do we just, whatever. Why are we still on inches? Anyway. Jay Lee, reached out to 65 shops, hit 30 for the reply for the Black Friday spreadsheet. Awesome. If you didn't see Shay, last year she did the whole, like, here's some Black Friday sales. And Jay Lee's helping her put that together because she's going to have that series going again, which, by the way, I'm sure Jay Lee has this already. But if anybody is looking for storage for drills, art dot drawers, both narrow, the wider, or even like zipper canvas things, that have the art dot 50% off right now. 50% off the drawers and most of the clamshell cases. Double check. Make sure you're looking at it. But I saw that and I'm like, do I need more drawers? I think I need more drawers just because it's so economical that I need to get more drawers. 50% off art.com. Kristen, did you hear about him? He has Parkinson's. Yes. Stanley Morrison, artist. I could probably take this down now. The artist, Stanley Morrison, he announced that he has Parkinson's. And it was a very interesting post because he was like, I just got off a cruise with my wife. And I'm like, hey, I like your paintings and we like to cruise. Can we have a diamond painting Stanley Morrison event? I don't know, on a cruise ship. But he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's. He's committed to continuing his art. But as some of you know, my dad had Parkinson's. And no one typically dies from Parkinson's. They always die from a complication of Parkinson's. And that's exactly what happened with my dad. And that's also why I'm an advocate for when it comes to all things Parkinson's. I raise money for Michael J. Fox Foundation. I also just I'm sort of excited about this one through the Michael J. Fox Foundation. They sent out a questionnaire for people if you would be interested in a clinical test. And it has to do with the sense of smell. And I filled out the questions and I was accepted. So supposedly I'm going to get more information, but one of my biggest fears is that Parkinson's, well, it can be hereditary. And I'm worried that I may at some point have that. And I saw what it did to my dad. Now, I know that treatment has gotten a lot better. And I also know that I'm personally more open to treatments that my dad wasn't. So I'm hoping that if it happens, I fare a little bit. My quality of life is a little bit better, but that's just something. So I did hear about that. Very sad. I went onto his website, and this guy has some amazing artwork beyond the drink and the food dragons. Amazing artwork. So, yeah. That was pretty sad. Cindy says, I do have Tea Dragon hanging in my craft room. Haven't bought any more yet. Yes, he has Tea Dragons, Food Dragons, and Beer Dragons. I think that's all I've seen. I have Garlic Dragon, but I need to be on the lookout for all the rest. Rissa, so Eve, you just mix the two blacks and put them as they fall, no patterns. Yes, that's exactly what you do. That's what Cheryl had mentioned, that you like, and not even try and do like half and half or 30-70. Just literally take 2 spoonfuls or whatever, or 1 spoonful, and then start diamond painting as they fall. Yes, I'll pray for Stanley Morrison because that is a challenge. Tammy says, I need the schedule to see who has what time. Oh, for the premieres, yeah, that will be released closer to the time. What I got from Cheryl is, for each tablespoon of main color, add 1.5 to 1 teaspoon of glitter or dust of the same color. And that could work for sparklers, like anything, right? But it just takes that background that is monotone and makes it more interesting. You could actually use a different color. Like, what if it was a starry sky, but you wanted it to be more starry? Put some 3865 in there or something, and then you just have stars wherever you put it. Who knows? It's up to you. There are no rules. Crashly, hey, I've canceled the live tonight because I don't have a voice. We just need the evening to rest a bit. I'm sorry to hear that, Crash. That sucks, but you guys do need to get better. You were sounding pretty pitiful at the auction yesterday. But so feel better to both of you. Let's see. And Eve, they do deserve a break for sure. The cough is horrid. Everyone's saying get well soon. There's the romance art Facebook event. Debbie says she's excited about the romance art, right? Excellent. Good. Let's see. Hope you don't have RSV. Oh yeah, that's been going around. There's the Mermaid and Magic Facebook group. Let's see. Lore about the mermaids was amazing. I love that. Thank you, Kristen. That was so much fun to research. And Crashly says, Rich, you should email all of those logos. They're so freaking good. I can only, like, the computer helped. I'm getting better at Canva, and Canva has some really great tools that you can use. But Crash, we're going to need papers, so you may have them. Love the faxes, Jay Lily. Yeah, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. What was the one story from last year of the, I forget her name now, but like the indigenous woman who became a mermaid because her dad like chopped off her fingers, and that story was so hauntingly beautiful to me. It still has stuck with me, so I may need to bring that one back. But I need to look and we really try and, when you hear mermaids and magic, everyone's like, oh, mermaids, mermaids, mermaids. We're trying to push the magic piece a little bit more. So that's why I'm doing a piece that does not have a mermaid in it whatsoever. But Harry Potter, all that stuff will apply. So I want to try and get to the magic side a little bit more this year. So who knows? Kristen says, Jed, there you go. Peggy Collins event. Excellent. Jed says, really enjoyed the Mermaids and Magic. The stories and lore were wonderful. Well, thank you for that. I had a lot of fun doing it. And like I said, I've gotten better at video editing and Canva and stuff. So who knows? I'm excited. I'm excited to play it. Yay for Peggy Collins, says Diamond Editor. Excellent. Have to find a Peggy with rainbow colors to double dip and do for Christopher K's Pride Month event. Well, I don't think that would be hard, because her paintings are very colorful, right? There's the Og and Oz group. Thank you, Tammy. I like that title. Don't let it go to your head, Tammy. So Tammy's Dorothy, Berta is the wizard, and Rich is Toto. Eve, I'm the wizard. The professor, remember? Tammy says she still has the story I wrote. Yeah, Tammy asked for the story I wrote with that Oz and Og canvas 2 years ago. She liked it. There's the Diamond Painting 5K. Please go ahead and join those groups. Plus, it's going to give us an idea of how many people may be interested. And please share. Tell everybody. We want everybody. We do have it on or will shortly be on the Diamond Painting Events Facebook page, but share the heck out of that, because I want to have a big old party through 2026 and just have a lot of fun doing some themed events, really. Jeanette says, I'm excited for all the new events. Peggy Collins sounds awesome. Fantastic. Oops. Mel says, Crashly is doing papers and bundles for everything. Yes. And not just the logos, but if she wants the logos, she can have them. Yes, Diamonds in the Desert. That's why I wanted to tell you what they are, because I like the plan, and I hate finding out about an event even nowadays 2 months ahead of time. It's like, that's not enough time to get a canvas if I don't have one, depending on where it has to come from, right? So here, like, literally, and I didn't, this is what I do every year, but here's my entire 2026 schedule of what events I'm doing, at least to start with, and then what paintings I'm going to do. Ausper says, love the 5K. Let me work on some of my XL diamond paintings. Exactly. And the rules with all of these, I don't think anything requires a new start. Astronomer Gail Pierce, I think so, maybe. Can somebody look up the astronomer and what the dimensions are? But that's exactly, like, if I wasn't so far along on my J wall, I'd pull out my J wall, right? Because when you do a J wall, you got to get the bigger J walls, because like Dak did a good job at the rendering and lesser colors, but to get the detail that's in a lot of her images, it's got to be big. Mel put the link to Crafts with Crash out there. Thank you for doing that. Melissa's likely. I would think so. Whatever, again, Gail, take the width times the height. So whatever it says down in the corner. So here, I have, so this is 70.7 times 55.8. So let me see, would this qualify? I can't do math in my head. 70.7 times 55.8 equals, nope, this only comes in at like around 39.50. So this would not qualify. It would have to be a little bit bigger. And you can't do multiples. Like, you can't, oh, I'm going to do 2 pictures and it's going to add up to over 5. Only one, it's got to be over 5. And hold on to it. If you don't finish it, let's work on it next year. Yeah. Yes, you did, Jeanette. It's always a great live here at Speaking of Diamonds. Um, let's see. We're going to be busy, Rich. Yes, we are, Mel. I have magic potions and the enhancements. 5 months would still be an achievement for me. Well, come on, Matt. How better to be motivated to do that, knowing that at least, like, if I were to do one work along a week of a minimum of an hour, you're gonna get a lot done. We're all going to get a lot done. So come on, no Star Wars events, says Gail. The Diamond Ping 5K, the panels will, they're over 6,000 or 5,000. So I did that specifically. I did that specifically, Gail, and I was going to save one of the panels, but then I thought, let me do something that's a little bit more that I could spread out amongst everything. But eventually, there absolutely may be a Star Wars event for sure. Big nap November, December. Yes. Then, of course, I mean, there's so many events throughout the year, but of course, November, December, just busy with the holidays. And then, of course, we have, well, Drills and Chills is in August. Then Jingle Drill starts in November. So, yeah. Michelle says, time to shop my stash. Exactly. That's why I wanted to get this out there so you guys can start thinking about it, because I want to see all of you. I like hanging out with people. It's, yeah, it'll be so much fun. Mel says, join, message us if you have questions. Yes. 5K link is not working, says Matt and Mary. I don't know if something with the link or how it's set up on the site, but let me know, Mel, if I need to do something. Let's see, Gail, I'm sorry, but I'm confused about romance art. So anything by the artist, romance art. Anything. If you want to participate, but you don't want to do anything huge, I think the smallest one I've seen is at Dreamer Designs. It's called Pippin. It's a rabbit. It's part of the Winter King series. But anything, there's Eden Cove, which is a seahorse. I got him from Captured by Radiance, I believe. There's Diamond Painting Shop with the E, the one with the diamond art, Dreamer Designs. They all have romance art. So anything by that author. Let's see. Still says content not available. Peggy. I'll check the dates on sale. Yes, please do. And well, they also do have, if you haven't seen it, they do have announced that they're doing a Black Friday. Like you spend X, you get this off, and blah, blah, blah. 5K is still not working, but I'm working through. Sarah Ann. Hi, Sarah Ann. I saw you come in. I meant to say hi to you earlier. Grandfather had Parkinson's as well. It's a horrible disease. It's an absolute horrible disease. The person's body is giving up, but their mind is sound. Dementia is hard to watch, but at least the person doesn't know what they're going through. And the double kicker with Parkinson's is many of the medications, because it's a disease of the brain, really, the medicine that you take gives you dementia-ish symptoms. My dad, he used to wake up in the middle of the night screaming because someone was standing in the room with him. And I would have to assure him that no one was there. Sometimes I'd have to go, where are they? They're over there. They're over there. I'd have to go and be like, look, there's nobody here. And it got worse when he got into the nursing home because he wasn't familiar with the surroundings. At least when he would be at home, sometimes he would go, I'm in my house and no one is in my house. But in the nursing home, he had no idea. So it's so you even get like worse. I took care of my dad and I was fine with the puke. I was fine with the showering. I was fine with the poop. I was fine with all the things, except when he started having the hallucinations and started going off with different things. I could not handle the slips of the mind. Eve says, my mom had Parkinson's too. Yeah, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Let's see. They all worked for Diamonds in the Desert. Last link for 5K work. Okay, so whatever the last one is, try that. Can you tell me the name of the 5K group and I can just search it? It should be Diamond Painting 5K, I believe. Feel Better Crash. Let's see. The story of said. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, that one was so interesting. I loved how it's like, because it wasn't just like a mermaid. It did the whole like under the sea thing, and it was really cool. I don't think I entered to say hi when I joined. I got so excited about the events. That's fantastic, Diamond Art Crafter. Hi, welcome on in. Glad to have you. I'm glad you were here to hear about them. Oh yeah, Tammy. So Tammy wanted me to show her specifically what I did on that crescent moon that I did for Oz and Og. So I remember I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm thinking of doing this channel thing. I'm going to set this up and do it like a post review. And I think I even said at the beginning of the video, all right, Tammy, here's a creator in training or something like that, and she was like, you need to have a channel. You need to do this. Melanie, hopefully Rich and I can get along all year. Well, Mel, if we don't get along, then we have trouble because we seem to not get along with people. So that's the problem. We manage to tick people off all the time. So hopefully we can get stay friends for that. Yes. Jeanette, thank you. Appreciate. Yes, please check that stash. It's going to be huge. The Tammy says the astronomer is huge. I think it worked for 5K. Mel, you and Rich make an awesome team. We tried, Jeanette. Thank you. We're also going to have help. Tammy's going to be helping us behind the scenes a little bit. We'll recruit others for sure. Mel says astronomers over 5K, so that's good. Somewhere announced so quickly it was impossible. Appreciate you guys to be ahead of that. I know, because I hate that. 70 by 90 is too small. I looked. Yeah. Astrometer is 103 by 70. So 103 by 70, just for fun here, 103 by 70 is 7,210 square centimeters. So that will work. And I also have astronomer. So if my magic potions goes sideways or something, I could maybe get that out. Thank you, Mel. Join my Facebook group as well for Speaking of Diamonds. I post things out there. You guys can post like your finishes, all that stuff. Put questions out there. I had someone put in a question that I'm going to be doing a video to answer. So let's do like a Dear Abby thing. I don't care. Eve says, every year I pull a magic potion and work on it for Mermaids and Magic. Fantastic. So that certainly will work for 5 of the months if you still have that much to do. 70 by 90 is 6,300. So yep, goes. 70, 90 is big enough. Yep. We can both work on the Cheryl Baker Gypsy Fortune Teller for 5K. There you go. Licensed diamond painting only. Yes. Romance art is at 4 shops plus. Didn't you say, Mel, that they were elsewhere before? So you may have something older in your stash, but all licensed paintings, please. I don't know their work. I'll look it up. Yes, please do, Carol. Definitely. I'm trying to think where I posted. I think it was in the Facebook group, the post for my lion back there. But yeah. 60 by 8 is just a hair under. Yep. Touch bigger. Yep. We'll check the 5K. It seems to be working for some, but not others. We'll check it out. And if you have problems still tomorrow, Mel's saying to go to the Speaking of Diamonds and talk about it. We'll put the link there as well. Jeanette says, my dad had dementia. He knew that he couldn't remember anything recently. Yeah, it's horrible. Wouldn't be a day if we didn't have technical issues, of course. there's the name of the event, Diamond Painting 5K, a large canvas diamond painting event. Please tell your peeps. Please get the word out. Help us get the word out. We're, like I said, we're going to be working with sponsors and stuff like that. We already have commitments from a few, and we really want to have things that speak, that maybe isn't just like a logo, but really speak to the spirit of the event. So I know Romance Art has all the, like the flowers and the ferns and stuff like that. So we have an idea of maybe where to get like some pens or something like that. Gail says, thank you everyone. I'm waiting to do work on Astrometer, but it's huge. And you could do it with, yep, bring it. Let's bring it. And that one, again, the large, I mean, that would work for Mermaids of Magic. I think maybe it would work for Oz too, because it is magical. Maybe not. I won't promise that, but you could get a couple months out of that one. And I think that's fantastic to get those bigger paintings in our stash done. Someone posted a video on YouTube the other day, and it was like the 10 most, I don't know if it was 10, most intimidating paintings in my stash. And I thought that was really interesting because I've seen, oh, here's my rainy day kits. Here's, my collection of a certain, artist or something. But we all have probably in our stash some diamond painting that we're just looking at. We go, oh, someday. I know I have a gigantic J-wall that I would love to work on at some point. I have a number of other larger paintings as well. And don't forget, if you remember, if you recall, was it last year or the year before, Diamond Kiss XOXO, she created the Beast, which is like 100, 200 by 500 or something. She rolled it out and it was the size of her apartment. But she has since done several more very large format diamond paintings. And she's coming out with more. So if you're looking for something, there's another place that you could, if you could look as well. But 5,000, it may sound like a lot. It's really not. Like, here we go. Astrometer Works, which is a regularly released diamond painting. You don't have to go and look for big mumbo jumbo diamond paintings. Mel's diamond painting, which I believe is in France, they have a large format section and some cool items. Let's see. Cindy says the Astrometer is beautiful when done. It's hanging behind me where I diamond paint. Awesome. Frances also says she finished the Astrometer. It's stunning when it's finished, and she loved working on it. Yeah, if you don't know what will work, just ask. But really, other than the 5K, pretty much, and Oz is a little bit more restrictive, but the other things, if it says magic and stuff to you, then Jaded Gem Shop does do many designs in a larger format, and she does have a couple. Well, she has like the Muka panels. I think they will work. Of course, there's the materials for the cross stitch conversions. If you have patterns for like the Disney princesses or something like that, the princess panels, or like I'm doing the R2D2, I could probably also use that. Yes, so the 5K, I'm going to look into that as soon as I'm done here, and I will post the link on the Facebook page. Spanglers will work for the 5K because they're 100+. Yes. Yes, pretty much if you have a canvas that's 100 something in some direction, that you're well above 5K. So that's going to be fun because that one, like I said, I want to have some work-alongs and stuff. So you guys can join via Facebook, or if we want to rotate through and you can come on with me and people could see who you are and meet people if you want. Tammy says Astrometer has a wizard, so in my opinion, it would work for Oz and Og. Fantastic. So there you go. You pretty much have number of events covered with one painting. Crafton, hi Rebecca. She says I can sponsor. Yes, you have a store now. Fantastic. Diamonds and Dogs. Let's post all the links in this video too. Yes, good point. I'll get it fixing. I'll update the description of this live, so you can come back to it on the YouTube page, and I will make sure those links are working. Or go to Speaking of Diamonds on Facebook, and I will post them there as well. And also, I see Melanie here say, hey, Rebecca, reach out. If you have a favorite shop that may be a little bit off the beaten path, let us know, because we would love, it is so cool when you reach out to these places. Like, all right, it sucks when you reach out to these places because usually you're like, hey, can you give us some money, via a discount, or can you give us some stuff, which is going to cost you money? But what's really cool is when you find one of these off the beaten path stores and they're like, I've always wanted to help out with one. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to get involved in it. They appreciate it so much. They love it. They feel like they've made it. So yes, and Mel's posting her Facebook page, so you can friend her and she can answer any questions as well. So we're coming up at the 1.5 hour mark. Normally I would plug Crashly's live in 30 minutes or 33 minutes to be exact. But as we all know, she's ill, so she's not going to be live tonight. We would love to focus on getting small shops involved. Absolutely. Obviously, like with some of the larger shops like Dreamer Designs, they carry romance art, so we're definitely go to them for sure. But we would love to focus on those small shops, because then you get to discover something that you may not have ever known. Like I had these tweezers from Susie's Creations on Etsy that have this weird hook end that are amazing for getting putty off of your canvases. When I discovered those, I immediately, the events I was working on, I'm like, we need to get Susie in on an event. And those were her first events. So yes, absolutely. They will be under the feature tab. When in doubt, check that feature tab for sure. But yeah, so thank you, everybody. I'm glad to see that you guys are excited about some of the events. I'm glad that you have some time to put stuff together. I'll make sure that the Facebook groups are working. You do me the favor of talk it up, put it out there. If there's someone says, oh yeah, they need to fill out a form, or they just need to tell us or what, let Melanie or myself know, and we will take care of that, because we want to get the information out there as much as possible. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you periodically throughout the week, or definitely next Sunday. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.